Hi everyone, it's Ashley, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. So I am going to today attempt to film a somewhat concise and not too long a video of my empties for home fragrance from November. So what we're going to cover in this video is all the candles I have finished, all the wax melts I used up, and then talk about some numbers at the end. So I think I'm going to start with some candles because there are less and they're just heavier and like more, bulky. So just the other day, this was like right at the end of the month, bordering probably the beginning of December, but I'm counting it in November regardless. We finished up the Vanilla Bean candle from Bath & Body Works. This was just the single wick. So this one burned all the way down to the bottom. He probably could have went a little longer, but he was getting to the point where I couldn't put the wick out anymore. I don't really like to blow out my candles. I like to dip their wicks. So because of that, I feel like he was getting to the point of no return. I loved this scent so much that I actually bought a 3-wick. That is one of the 3 wicks I bought. That one's actually going to be for the family friend that we gifted for, and then the duplicate I put back in my collection. I love it so much. It's going to be so much better in the 3-wick because it's going to be even stronger. I love this scent. It just smells like an absolutely amazing vanilla. So I originally wanted to keep this jar, but I don't know if you can tell there, it got like banged up a little bit throughout this project. I never even marked it because I wanted to keep it so bad, but now it's like scuffed and I wanted it for like this front. I'm kind of sad about that. So, yeah, I don't know if I could just like buy some blue paint and fix it. I really wanted it because it's cute and it says kindness on the front. Like, I thought it would be so cute for like Q-tips and stuff because it's just a single wick. I might still try to keep it, but you can like see through that spot right there and I don't like that. Mad. I'm mad about that one. Okay. Along the same lines, I finished up a Vanilla Bean Noel. And same with this one. I really liked the packaging of this initially, but then it started also getting like gross and scuffy. I don't know if you can tell that, but I feel like it started getting not nice. This one I ended up putting in the crock, as you can tell, but I don't know if you can see. It started to get like a little bit questionable around this edge. Can you see that? Like a little bit questionable. In the crock though, first of all, this did amazing the whole time before the crock. Then in the crock, beautiful. Absolutely amazing. Such a good scent. Oh, I bought a backup of Vanilla Bean Noel and Candle Tay as well as a backup, like a replacement. And then I bought the Vanilla Bean a replacement because I finished both of these. So excited. And then we also finished up the Pumpkin Donut Shop. This lived its last of its life in the crock as well. It smells like wax with a hint of Pumpkin Donut Shop. This year's version that was in this packaging, so good. It was better in my opinion than the previous release of it where it smelled more like powdered sugar. This to me smelled literally like a pumpkin donut with powdered sugar. Like to me, this one had the hint of pumpkin. I said that when I first bought it. I said it while I was burning it, and I'll say it now that it's empty. Like I loved this version. So they brought it out in 2019. Is that correct? They like brought it out and then they didn't for a year. And then they brought it out last year and they didn't bring it out this year. So I'm hoping maybe we can catch them on the Every Other and next year they'll bring it out again because we need some more Pumpkin Donut Shop. It's one of my fall faves. And this was the last one I had. I wasn't going to hold on to it anymore. I was like, you know what? Burn it if you got it. So I went through it. And I was very happy while I did. But now I'm sad it's gone. One that could be... I don't want to talk about it, but I have to. This could be controversial. I'm done with this candle. And I'm not physically done with it, but I am mentally and emotionally done with this candle. It is the Hot Cider Donut from Homeworks. Do not kill me. I know this is a beloved. I personally have loved it in the past. But at this point, like at this level that we're at right here, there you go. This was my last update of my candle project, man. At this level we're at in this candle, I am hate burning this. It's making me like not feel well when I light it. I'm like dreading having to use it. And I was like, why am I forcing myself to do this? Be done with it. So I'm like, you know what? It's over. Like, I know I have wax left in here. I could probably pull that out and melt it, but what am I going to do with it? Like, the scent is physically not sitting well with me. I feel like on cold, it's not that bad. I feel like when I don't know if it's the combination of the burning and the scent or just when the wax is hot. I'm not exactly positive, but once it gets going and getting through the air, I'm like, oh, it's making me sick. Like, I cannot do it anymore. So, unfortunately, this one is going to go. I feel like I made some pretty good progress on it. This is one of my favorite candle. Like, I love how as the wax goes down, you can see it in this label. Like, that is one of my I think I like that more than the scent of the candle itself. I know that sounds insane, but like when I would see people talking about this candle, I was just like obsessed with how it looked with the label and like how wax came down the sides of the jar and how it looked with these donuts. Like, I was obsessed with that. I'm calling this one quits. I'm sorry if you're like irked by that because there's still wax in here, but I think if it's physically making me unwell, I cannot continue it. Why would I continue to like do something I don't enjoy when this is my hobby? I need to start telling myself that more. So I'm not gonna continue with that one. However, I have 2 backups of it. What am I gonna do with those? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna let them hang out for now because I could just be burnt out on the scent for the season. Or when it comes to next fall, maybe I really don't like them. And at that point, I'll figure out what to do with them. Or if I'm moving and I still don't like them, maybe that'll be a situation. But at the current time, I'm not just going to go ahead and like declutter the other 2 yet. I'm going to see what happens. But for now, this one, I don't want to keep it. I want to be rid of it. Sorry if that's not in line with your candle burning standards, but I'm not doing things I hate, okay? I'm not doing it anymore. Okay, let's talk about wax. I think I'm just gonna go very quickly, like what the scent was, would I repurchase it type situation. So first we have Bring Back My Bar Peppermint Dreams. This I would repurchase. I actually have 4 left over that I bought in a flash sale because I really like this scent. I took it out of my club because Corey doesn't like it, and I personally do, but it's one that I have to like warn why he's not here because it's strong and he would know it's going and he doesn't like these types of scents. But it's not anything I could readily buy, but I have 4 left over. I would repurchase it if I could readily buy it though. Candy Cane Buttercream in my club. Yes, repurchasing. I know people are like, it's so light, but it's totally up my alley. Like, it's peppermint and vanilla bean buttercream, and what more could a girl ask for? It's so good. Cranberry orange cider, not a repurchase for me. To me, I get bubblegum, and I'm so glad I watched Patricia Gates' video today, and in the video, she said she also got bubblegum from this, and I was like, thank you. Thank you so much. So, because of that, I don't like it. I wish I didn't get that and I did like it because that would make me so much happier, but it's fine. I don't need more wax to buy. Scary Good. This one is just like a super generic pumpkin. A little bit of spice. At the current time, because I'm very burnt out on pumpkin, I would say I'm not going to repurchase this. Ask me like next August, maybe I would have a different opinion, but at the current time, I'm like so over this scent, not a repurchase currently. Orchard Apple and Spice. Thought I loved this one. Last time I warmed it, I was not down with it. So currently not a repurchase. I, at one point, had this in my club. Like, I really did enjoy it. This past time I warmed it, which was in November, I really liked it at the start. It was like a spiced apple. As it went on throughout the day, it became more like woody. The wood notes, which I don't know if there's wood notes in here, but I got wood. Which is so weird because like in the other, like I really like the fragrance that were in this. I don't feel like that happened to me. It was just like a spiced apple. So yeah, I don't like how this developed throughout the day. Not a repurchase, like I said. Sweet orange and evergreen. I don't know if this was my warmed bar. I think this was from samples. So I don't know that I can accurately speak on this, but I really like this scent. It's in my current melting basket. Hopefully I go through it in December and I can give you a more accurate review. Currently don't need to repurchase because I have like 8 bars for my scent of the month kit. Maybe 7 left. But if it's amazing, I would repurchase. So we'll see. Really like it. I know I was like, I don't need to club any tree scents. To me, you can always get one, blah, 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 all the things I was saying. And now I'm like, ooh, but this one. You guys, help. Okay, Saint Nickerdoodle, already in my club, 100% repurchase. Literally looking at 3 bars right here that I've recently hauled. This is so good. Also, if you like a powerhouse, maybe this isn't for you, but I am kind of on the opposite of the powerhouse train lately, and I've really been enjoying it. I have not been about the overpowering scents, like you guys probably know if you're not new here, and it's been very nice, and I've liked it. Caramel Vanilla Delight, repurchased in my club. This is such a good caramel vanilla delight. It's like a caramel, like, I don't want to say a caramel sundae because it's like cold caramel in your ice cream. It's not like a hot caramel. Like, are those called sundaes? Like, you know, when you go, you can get them at McDonald's. We used to get them all the time. Oh, memories. They were so good. But they're like, they would give you the soft serve ice cream and there'd be caramel on top, but it was hot. This is like caramel bits mixed in your ice cream. Like, it's cold, if that makes sense. To me, personally, I think this is a better summer bakery than winter because there's not really like spice at all in it. It's just really sweet and caramel and kind of like caramel ice cream, but not hot. Not hot caramel with your ice cream. I hope that totally makes sense. Swirling Snowflakes, not a repurchase. Really wanted to love this. Do not love it. Too much floral. Personally, if you and I like the same scents, buy NHL Fresh Ice or Olaf instead. I know they're both 50 cents more than this specific bar, but they are more than 50 cents better, in my opinion. Oh, this just, the floral note, if that was gone, I would probably love it. But like I said, I don't need to love every bar. So that's definitely not a repurchase. Tried it twice and I was like really hoping, but no. Cinnamon Pine Cones. This one, I like it, but I don't think I need to buy more. But I also have like 7 bars because it's a scent of the month and I got it in my kit. I feel like this one is one I'm like, I like it, but I don't need to rebuy it. I hope that makes sense. To me, it's definitely like a must try at least 1 bar. I mean, that's the type of person I am. It's like, I gotta at least try 1 bar of everything. To me, that's one I'm like, okay, I'm glad I have the bar so I don't need to buy anymore. And I like it. So I hope that made sense. Like, I wouldn't probably go out of my way and like stock up on it or put it in my club, but I'm happy I have the amount of bars I have to use it because I do like it. Y'all know what I'm saying. I know you know what I'm saying. Caramel Buttercream. I love this whole collection, so I do apologize because people do not. It's not that they don't like it, they just don't like the performance. I put all of these scents in my club, and I'm not there. I don't think I'm gonna take them out. I'm not sorry, but I really like them. Like, the first scent when I saw the catalog, besides apple butter frosting because it was at the beginning, I like, you know, apple butter frosting is obviously at the top of the alphabet in the catalog. The scent I gravitated towards most because of the scents I knew I liked, like not being familiar with scents, was Vanilla Bee Buttercream. So like, to me, this collection is, this kind of matches my shirt. This collection is like my OG what I want from Scentsy because it's all vanilla bean buttercream. So need I say, I don't think I need to say more. Like, I think you guys get my feelings on this. I know that you guys know I like this collection a lot. But yes, it obviously is not the best performing because you could tell by everyone else's reviews. But also, I think it performs decently well, but I don't live in that big of a house. Like, I just do it on my main, like, combination of my living room and kitchen. They're right next to each other. I put a warmer back in my kitchen. Lisa commented on one of my recent videos, Lisa Sanderson, and she was like, "You took a warmer out of your kitchen," like gasping. I just read that comment the other day. Lisa, I put the warmer back in my kitchen. So I'm just kind of doing that little area. So it's not like that much space. Like, we're still in a townhome. We have our own townhome, but it's kind of like a glorified 2-level apartment. You know what I mean? It's not like we live in a house with, like, I see like other people's videos, like just in my mind I think of like Mr. Kong, like when Mr. Kong's mom, when she does those tours of like around her house. Like, I don't have a formal dining area and like a casual dining area and like a whole separate laundry. Like, you know, my house just isn't that big, and I need to be realistic about that because I can't put a warmer in every single freaking outlet. I've tried and I just get overwhelmed with it. So I think I finally have found a little bit of my like current happiness level when it comes to scent. And I'm sorry I've really been beating that like a dead horse, but I think before I was really trying to like do something that wasn't fitting my lifestyle just to do it. So I'm kind of happy I found what works for me. Hope that makes sense. Lemon Coconut Chiffon. I think I tested this in November. I mean, obviously I did it in November, but I think it was a nice day out when I did it. Because to me, this is a very summery scent. And I think I came to the conclusion that I don't love this scent. I want it to be something that it's not. And so instead of like forcing it to be something that I know it's not, I could probably just use other scents that I like and either recreate it or like I'm not getting what I want from it. So why am I keeping it in my club? So I don't think I've taken it out of my club, but I need to. Because I don't love it like I want to love it. Clove and cinnamon. This, I was scared to warm, but it actually wasn't that bad. And I haven't warmed it twice. I thought I had. I think I just warmed it this one time. It smells so intense in the clam. In your warmers, it's just like a little bit of a spicier version of Welcome Home. Like, it's a little bit more pronounced, but you also can't really like put your finger on what it is. I wouldn't say I'd go out of my way to repurchase this. If it was in a bundle, like Scents of the Season, like it was this year, and I got more of it, great. But I don't think I would like go out of my way and buy more. So, Maple Vanilla Glaze. This I had to retest, and I think it's just too sweet for me. I liked it at first, but it's so sweet, and I think it's like the heavy maple sweet versus like caramel buttercream is sweet, but I think, I don't know, it's a different level of sweetness to me. Like, something in this one pushes me over the edge where I'm like gonna get a headache, versus caramel buttercream I'm like, oh, this is so sweet and like delectable, like icing on a cake. Versus this one I'm like, it's so sweet I'm getting a toothache. It's obviously the notes make up and how I take them, but to me I think it has to be the maple combination with the vanilla maybe. It's good. It's super strong. Like, if you want a powerhouse that's so freaking sweet and is gonna like blow everybody out of the water, Maple Vanilla Glaze. But it's like, because it's a 10 strength and so sweet, I think that together. So for example, like the caramel buttercream, it's really sweet, but it's not that strong. So I think it's like tolerable. That one's like a 10 out of 10 on both scales. Like, so sweet, so strong. And that's why I think it just doesn't work for me. I enjoyed it, but then it starts to get to be too much. So I don't think I need to buy more. Cozy Fireside. This is so hard to explain. it's kind of like a cozy blanket. And like, I get that it says fireside, but it makes me think of like, not sitting by a fire, but something that's like fire roasted. I just like don't know how to describe it. It's not, at first I thought it would be like a smoky around the campfire, we're sitting next to the bonfire type of scent, and it's cozy, but it's not that. It's cozy in your home. I wouldn't say it makes it smell smoky at all. There's just I think there's ginger in here. Every time I smell it, I'm like, what is that? But I swear the notes actually say ginger now that I think about it. I swear every time I've talked about it, I've had this exact explanation. Like, wait, there's ginger. And I think the ginger is like, with whatever they're calling fireside, whatever the fire aspect is with ginger is making it a little off. I don't really get that on warm. Like, it just like having it open makes me want to like squint my eyes like this. Like, I feel like I'm doing this and I feel like it's because of this clam. Like, it just like kind of bothers me. Up close, this end is like, ooh, it's too much. In the warmers, I don't feel like that. Yeah, it's like strong. I think it's the ginger, but I like it, but not enough to repurchase. I may have another clam. I'd happily warm it, but I don't want to like intentionally buy more of it. Because it's not necessarily like a bad scent. Once it's going in the air, I don't mind it. I don't love it on cold, definitely. But once it's in the air, it's like a clove and cinnamon, where it's just like super nice filling the air. You can't really like put your finger on what it is. When we were initially making samples, Corey was like, cozy fireside sucks. Like, that's so bad. Was he saying that? I'm pretty sure it was that scent. It could have been the other one in that collection, but he didn't have any complaints when it was going in the air. So I feel like that just goes to show, like, once you actually get it going in your space, it doesn't always smell the same. So yeah, it wasn't bad like going. I enjoyed it. I was like, do I buy another one? Like, I had the contemplation while it was going, and I was like, I think I just like too much else. So it's a no. And then I think in my top 3 or 4, top 5, let's just say, gingerbread buttercream. I think on performance, out of the buttercreams, this was my favorite. I think scent appeal, the candy cane buttercream is my favorite. And then I really like St. Snickerdoodle, that was in this pile, and the sweet orange and evergreen. Like, I really like some of these other scents we talked about, but at top 5, if I named those 5, probably be those. But this, as for the buttercreams, I think is the best performance so far. And I think I like this one so much because I wasn't expecting to. Number one, I was thinking like this is going to be the worst out of the collection because gingerbread. I think why this one works so well is because the gingerbread is spicy and it cuts through the vanilla bean buttercream and like challenges it, versus the caramel is like along for the ride, and the peppermint is like, hey, vanilla bean buttercream, we're like gonna hang on to as long as possible until we just become vanilla bean buttercream. This one, I feel like they're actively trying to challenge each other until one wins, which is ultimately the vanilla bean buttercream, but it gives it a fighting chance where it's not just like the scent died in your warmer. I feel like the spice gives it enough oomph to at least get going. I hope I'm making sense. Like, I feel like you guys know what I'm trying to say here because I have talked about this one in the past. But I think it's the ginger, like the spiciness of the gingerbread. Not ginger specifically, after I just said I don't like ginger in this. But like the gingerbread spiciness, I think made this one, for me, the best performer. It smells so good. I have another set of these. I know they are selling out like crazy. Like, that is the thing too. Everyone was like dogging on this collection, but they continually keep selling out. Like, they restocked them and they were gone in like 10 minutes. I don't know if that's actual factual timelines, but like I can't even catch these. That's why I added them to my club. I'm like, I'm not gonna mess around with trying to get these on the website. I'll just get them in my club. So to me, that speaks volumes. Like, people are buying these, they are selling out. So while us Scentsy people, like the Scentsy YouTube community might not be like obsessed with these. I feel like a general public melter probably likes these. I need to stop harping on these things. Okay, let's talk about numbers because I could talk about these all freaking day. Okay, so for the numbers, we ended last time in October with a overall positive number of 17. So I had like a credit of 17, if you will. If I'm talking in like Shannon's terms when she does her videos, I feel like she used the term credit. So we started with a positive 17. I definitely needed that because in November, I think my flash sale order had officially come in. So I had brought in, it wasn't all from that, but through a combination of different orders, 65 bars I brought in, which is a lot considering in September my number was 24 and in October it was 22. That is like 3 times the amount of my like typical pace that I had been going. So I was like, oh crap, I knew it was coming because obviously I knew I had ordered the flash sale. So yeah, that was a lot. I got 39 bars in the flash sale from my notes down here. Yikes. So I emptied 16, which is what we just talked about, which wasn't the best month. It was the worst. I was going to say it wasn't the worst. No, it was. I will say though, in November, I was not mentally doing great. We had a lot going on, but I was really out of it for the most part. I have felt like I'm sort of getting back on track, but in November as a whole, not good for me. So I'm really not surprised about the number I used. Even like just looking in my bin as the month went on, I'm like, I don't think I've really used anything. Like I kind of knew. So this month I'm trying to be more diligent about like changing the wax. My goal is to kind of get 1 bar a day is like what I'm working for. But yeah, I'm trying to get back on track with things. Went through a little bit of a rough situation, which I feel like is evident with that. So in that perspective, not looking so great. However, for my transferred out category, which if you guys are new here, I am a sensing consultant, clearly. I'm a sensing consultant, so I do get rid of bars in more ways than just using them up because I'm a consultant, so either passing them along to people, selling them, etc. So I just call that transferred out. In that category, I transferred out 57 bars in the month of November. That was amazing. I had a Black Friday sale for my customers, so that was great because it really helped my numbers. So I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go, but it actually ended up working out really, really well for me in terms of my numbers. So because of that, I actually ended up with a positive 8 for the month of November, which after seeing the number 65 for brought in, I was like, I don't know how I'm ever gonna, like, that's more than 2 bars a day if we were talking about only warming. So I'm glad I got to get so many out just through like transferring them, you know, into other people's homes. Hopefully they are enjoying them and using them because wow, I was like, I don't know about this. So overall, because we ended up last month with 17 and then this month we also had a positive 8, I'm actually at a total overall positive of 25, which is gonna help because I ordered the the Cyber Monday deals. So I have a lot more bars coming again, but I don't know if I said it in this video or the last video, but I actually do have most likely an event coming up again in January. I did this event last year and they just contacted me today to ask if I was interested in it again. So I haven't like formally agreed to it, but I told them I was interested and they're gonna get the contract ready and stuff. So I'm not probably so worried about this. I'll probably still track it, but I probably won't be as actively trying to like push bars out, not organically like using them. Like I obviously had a Black Friday sale. I probably won't be like trying to run any specials or anything the next few months, just knowing I have this event coming up. So the numbers might start to get questionable, but I also want to have a successful event as well. So we will see. But like I said, I do have that Cyber Monday sale coming. I think that video is going to be up on Sunday. So watch for that because I got a lot of bars. Got a lot of bars in that sale. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these videos. I feel like some of you are super number people like me. And like I said, I got this video idea from Shannon. So Shannon really kind of, I think she's been doing this like the whole year, or at least a majority of the year. And every time I watch one of her videos, I was like, I really gotta do this. And so I finally have started, and it feels so good to have my head around some of these numbers. So I've been really enjoying it. So thank you, Shannon. And thank you to all of you who comment like your numbers after these videos. It's really fun. I'm such a numbers person. I love talking about them. So before I ramble on more, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye.